Are the vitamins you take to stay healthy silently weakening your legs? What if the secret to preventing falls, cramps, and that dreaded leg weakness isn't just about which vitamins you take, but how and when you take them? We're going to answer all those questions today. Here's a sobering fact from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. Each year, over 3 million older adults are treated in emergency departments for fall-related injuries. A great many of these falls are linked to muscle weakness and poor balance, conditions that are often preventable. In my 30 years of experience as a geriatrician, I've seen too many patients suffer from declining mobility not because of a specific disease, but because of a silent, escalating nutritional gap they were completely unaware of. They were doing their best, taking supplements they thought would help, but they were missing the foundational pieces of the health puzzle. In today's video, I'm going to reveal the 7 essential vitamins and minerals that are the true foundation for leg strength for anyone over 60. And the last one on our list is an incredibly powerful yet often overlooked mineral. So much so that correcting a deficiency in it can feel like turning back the clock on muscle fatigue and nighttime cramps. What's the most important part? The danger often lies in what you don't know. It's the subtle interactions and hidden deficiencies that pose the greatest threat to your independence. Before we begin, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced unexplained leg cramps, weakness, or balance issues? Type 1 in the comments if this is a concern for you, and type 0 if you feel your leg strength is still at its peak. And if your health and the health of your loved ones is a top priority, please do me a small favor by liking this video and subscribing to Senior Health Tips. Your support helps us bring this vital, life-saving information to more people. Now let's start with the sunshine vitamin, which holds a much deeper secret to your mobility than you might think. That is vitamin D1. Vitamin D, the silent hero of muscle strength. You've heard that vitamin D is good for your bones. That's true, but it's only half the story. For seniors, its most critical role is in muscle function. Think of vitamin D not just as a bone builder, but as the spark plug for your leg muscles. Without it, your muscles simply can't fire properly. Let me tell you about one of my patients, Alina Vance, an 82-year-old retired teacher. She was diligent about her health, but she started noticing a terrifying weakness in her legs. Getting up from her favorite armchair became a monumental effort. She nearly fell twice in 1 week. Her doctor told her she had age-related muscle loss. But when we ran her blood work, we discovered her vitamin D level was alarmingly low. It wasn't just old age. It was a severe deficiency that was starving her muscles. Here's the science made simple. Vitamin D directly affects both fast-twitch and slow-twitch muscle fibers. Fast-twitch fibers are your emergency muscles. They react instantly to stop you from falling if you trip. Slow-twitch fibers provide the endurance for walking and standing. As we age, our skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight, and our kidneys are less able to convert it into its active form. When vitamin D levels drop, those crucial fast-twitch fibers are the first to suffer. Your reaction time slows, your balance falters, and your risk of falling skyrockets. We started Mrs. Vance on a medically supervised, high-dose vitamin D regimen. Within 6 weeks, the change was astounding. She told me, with tears in her eyes, that she could get up from her chair without using the armrests again. She felt steady on her feet for the first time in years. It wasn't a miracle. It was simply giving her body the essential nutrient it had been craving. My advice: don't guess. Ask your doctor for a blood test to check your vitamin D level, the 25-hydroxy vitamin D test. For most older adults, a level between 40-60 ng/ml is optimal for muscle function. Relying on sun exposure is often not enough, especially in winter or for those with limited mobility. Supplementation is usually necessary, but it must be the right dose for you. 2. Magnesium, the muscle relaxer and cramp eraser. If vitamin D is the spark plug, magnesium is the lubricating oil that keeps the engine running smoothly. Every single muscle contraction and relaxation in your body depends on it. If you suffer from agonizing nighttime cramps, restless leg syndrome, or muscle twitches, a magnesium deficiency is one of the first things I suspect. Consider the case of Mr. George Franklin, a 78-year-old retired carpenter. He came to me complaining of nightly leg cramps so severe they would jolt him awake, leaving his muscles sore and tight for hours. He had tried everything: stretching, hydration, even quinine water, which is not recommended. He was exhausted and miserable. Here's what's happening in the body. Calcium is responsible for making your muscles contract, while magnesium is responsible for making them relax. When you are low in magnesium, calcium floods the muscle cells without an off switch. The muscle gets stuck in a contracted state. That's a cramp. Furthermore, many common medications for seniors, like diuretics and acid reflux drugs, proton pump inhibitors, are notorious for depleting the body's magnesium stores. Mr. Franklin's diet was low in magnesium-rich foods, and he was taking a diuretic for his blood pressure. It was a perfect storm for a deficiency. We didn't just give him a supplement, we overhauled his diet. We added foods like spinach, almonds, pumpkin seeds, and black beans. We also started him on a highly absorbable form of magnesium called magnesium glycinate before bed. 2 weeks later, he reported his cramps were 80% reduced. A month later, they were gone completely. He was finally able to sleep through the night. Magnesium didn't just end his cramps, it gave him back his rest and recovery. My advice: don't just pop a pill. Focus on food first. Leafy greens, nuts, and legumes are your best sources. If you need a supplement, avoid magnesium oxide, which is poorly absorbed. Opt for magnesium glycinate or citrate, and always start with a low dose, around 200 mg, to see how your body tolerates it. 3. Vitamin B12. The nerve protector. You can have the strongest muscles in the world, but if the nerves that control them are damaged, that strength is useless. Vitamin B12 is the guardian of your nervous system. It maintains the protective myelin sheath, the insulation for your nerve fibers, ensuring that the electrical signals from your brain travel quickly and accurately to your leg muscles. A B12 deficiency is insidious. It doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in with symptoms that are easy to dismiss as just getting older. A feeling of numbness or tingling in the feet, a sense of heavy and uncoordinated legs, or worsening balance. The problem is, absorbing B12 becomes much harder with age. It requires adequate stomach acid to be cleaved from the protein in your food, and many older adults have lower stomach acid levels. The use of antacids and diabetes medications like metformin can also dramatically impair B12 absorption. I remember one patient, a 75-year-old woman, who was being evaluated for dementia because she was increasingly unsteady on her feet and confused. Her family was terrified, but a simple blood test revealed a profound B12 deficiency. Her neurological symptoms weren't from an aging brain, but from starving nerves. With B12 injections, her dementia symptoms disappeared, and her walk became steady again. My advice: if you are over 65, especially if you take medication for acid reflux or diabetes, get your B12 level checked annually. Food sources are almost exclusively from animal products: meat, fish, eggs, dairy. If you are vegetarian or have absorption issues, a sublingual under the tongue supplement or a B12 injection is often the most effective solution. 4. Potassium, the fluid balancer. Potassium is all about balancing fluids and electrical transmission in your muscle cells. An imbalance is a primary cause of muscle weakness, fatigue, and cramping. When you sweat, take diuretics, or don't eat enough potassium-rich foods, the balance is thrown off. Your muscles can't fire properly, feeling weak and shaky. Unlike other nutrients, high-dose potassium supplementation can be dangerous, especially for those with kidney problems or who are on certain blood pressure medications. Therefore, the focus must be on food. And while bananas are famous for potassium, they are far outmatched by the best sources. A single sweet potato, an avocado, or a cup of spinach or beans contains far more potassium. My advice: aim to have one potassium-rich food with every meal. A banana in your morning oatmeal, a large salad with spinach for lunch, and a side of sweet potato or beans with dinner. This steady intake is much safer and more effective than a supplement pill. 5 and 6. Vitamin K2 and calcium, the bone and artery duo. I group these two together because they work as a team, and taking one without the other can cause problems. We all know calcium is good for bones, but here's the critical information most people miss. Calcium doesn't know where to go on its own. It needs a director. That director is vitamin K2. Vitamin K2 activates proteins that tell calcium to go into your bones and teeth. Without enough K2, that calcium can end up deposited in your arteries, leading to hardening and cardiovascular problems, or in your joints, contributing to arthritis. You could be taking a calcium pill thinking you're helping your bones, when you might be inadvertently hardening your arteries. My advice: stop thinking about just loading up on calcium. Think about directing calcium. Get your calcium from food sources like dairy, leafy greens, and sardines. Then, make sure you have enough vitamin K2 to direct it. K2 is found in fermented foods like natto, fermented soybeans, aged cheeses, grass-fed butter, and egg yolks. If you supplement, look for a formula that combines vitamin D3 with vitamin K2, specifically the MK7 form. 7. Vitamin B6, the protein builder. Finally, vitamin B6 is essential for over 100 different enzyme reactions in the body, including protein metabolism. You can eat all the protein you want to build muscle, but without enough B6, your body can't use it effectively. It's crucial for building and repairing muscle tissue, which is vital for maintaining leg strength as you age. It also plays a key role in producing hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen to your muscles. A lack of B6 can lead to a specific type of anemia that causes muscle fatigue and weakness. Good sources include chickpeas, tuna, salmon, chicken, and potatoes. A deficiency is less common, but it's a piece of the puzzle that shouldn't be overlooked, especially if you experience persistent muscle fatigue despite a good diet. Conclusion: the path to strong legs starts. As you can see, building and maintaining strong legs isn't about a single magic pill. It's about smart, holistic nutrition. It's about understanding that these nutrients work together in a delicate symphony. The most powerful medicine you have is awareness. Understanding what your body truly needs is the first and most critical step to taking back control of your health and mobility. You are not a passive victim of the aging process. You are the chief architect of your own well-being. So, here is my challenge to you. In the comments below, tell me one change you are going to make, starting today. Will you ask your doctor for a vitamin D test? Add a magnesium-rich food to your dinner. Share your commitment, because writing it down helps make it real. If you found this information valuable, please like this video and share it with someone you care about. You could be changing their life. And be sure to subscribe to Senior Health Tips and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into senior health. Remember, you are never too old, and it is never too late to build a healthier, stronger, more vibrant you. Take that first step today.